So it's kind of hard to believe that just about a year ago, we had the Direct in June of 2018 at E3, which told us that every single character was going to be returning to Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and that this game was going to release in December 2018. Now, I don't know about you guys, but that is just absolutely surreal to think that it's been that long since we got this confirmation, and that we've already had the game for almost half a year. Like, this is just absolutely bananas. So in celebration of that, guys, I decided to talk about today what characters I believe are going to be revealed at E3 2019. Now, obviously, the last DLC character reveal that we got was way back on December 6th of 2018, the day before Super Smash Bros. Ultimate was released in the US and around the rest of the world, and so I figured we are definitely going to be getting at least one brand new character reveal at 3, and in fact, I wouldn't even be surprised if we got 2. So let's go ahead and talk about the characters that I believe have a very good chance of being revealed at this upcoming E3 Direct. So guys, the first character that I believe has a very good chance of making it into Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is actually Steve from Minecraft. Now, if you guys have been following this channel for a while now, then you guys already know that I believe that Steve definitely has a very good chance of making it into the game. I mean, first of all, Minecraft and Steve are incredibly iconic. In fact, today is May 17th, and this is actually Minecraft's 10th anniversary, if you guys can believe that. Minecraft has been around for 10 years, and ever since then, all it has done is gotten more and more popular, to the point where Steve is considered to be one of the biggest video game icons of all times, and obviously, since Super Smash Bros. Is all about bringing in iconic characters like that, Steve definitely has a very good chance. Not only that, guys, but Nintendo and Microsoft have been on phenomenal terms lately. Obviously, if you guys didn't already know, Xbox Live as well as Xbox Game Pass have actually been leaked to be coming to the Nintendo Switch, so if that does end up being the case, I definitely think that they're going to bring a character along with them. Speaking of characters that are currently owned by Microsoft, we have Banjo and Kazooie. Now, for a while, I definitely thought that BanjoKazooie had a much better chance of making it in on the base roster, considering they were such fan-favorite characters, but now that they haven't gotten into the game, their best chance is to make it in as DLC. Now, obviously, I'm not 100% sure if we are going to end up getting 2 Microsoft characters. There's no written rule that says we can't get 2 Microsoft characters or 2 characters from any company in one Direct, but I feel as though we might get Steve now and then BanjoKazooie, or a different Microsoft character later. I just can't justify seeing both of the character reveals being Microsoft reveals when they obviously have other characters they could show off, possibly like Erdrick or other characters like that. Now, in terms of BanjoKazooie's chances, obviously, like I said, BanjoKazooie is a fan favorite character, and one that I think a lot of people would be very happy to see. The reason that I think that Steve has a much better chance to make it in than BanjoKazooie, however, is because at the end of the day, Steve is going to make Nintendo a lot more money, because Steve is just way more recognizable. However, if Nintendo wants to make the fans happy, I definitely think that putting BanjoKazooie in over Steve is the right way to go. After that, we have Erdrick from the Dragon Quest franchise. Now, obviously, Erdrick is not a character that I really want to see in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. I really don't have any kind of emotional attachment to him or anything because I've never played any of the Dragon Quest games, but hey, if he does make it in and I really enjoy playing with him as a Super Smash Bros. Ultimate character, maybe I'll end up picking up the Dragon Quest games. Now, obviously, Erdrick is on this list because we have been talking about Erdrick ever since we started talking about Super Smash Bros. Ultimate DLC. Obviously, there is tons of evidence for Erdrick's inclusion. There's the fact that they're trying to popularize Dragon Quest over here in the West, and the best way to popularize a game over in a different country is obviously to put that character in a game which lots of people already love, and that exposes people to other games such as Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Not only that, guys, but if you remember, a while ago, there was actually a data mine leak which said that there was a character named Brave in the code, and Erdrick is actually called Brave over in Japan, so it does make a ton of sense that Erdrick would be coming to Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, especially with that data mine. But once again, guys, if he doesn't make it in, I'm not going to be that heartbroken. Next up, we have Sans, and trust me, guys, I can already hear what you guys are saying or thinking. There is absolutely no way that Sans can make it into Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. I mean, he's an indie character, and he's like a meme at this point. Well, guys, I do believe that Sans actually has a very good chance of making it into Smash Ultimate. For one thing, Sans is an extremely popular character. Now, although a lot of people wouldn't like to actually admit it, Undertale is a very popular game, and although Frisk is the main character of Undertale, Sans definitely has a much better chance of making it into the game. The reason I say that is because Sans is just way more recognizable and way more iconic. Obviously, one of the biggest things to come out of Undertale was the theme song Megalovania, which, if you guys didn't already know, on YouTube has over 11 million views, just the theme song. So yeah, obviously people know who Sans is, and although he is a meme, he definitely is still a very recognizable and iconic character. Obviously, Nintendo has already brought Undertale and Deltarune over to the Nintendo Switch, so at this point, why not put Sans in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate? I understand that if he takes one hit, then he dies automatically or whatever, but so what, guys? This is Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and I don't think that that should hold Sans back from making it into the game. After that, we have Rayman. Now, obviously, Rayman is another one of those characters that lots of people want in the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate franchise, but he's also a character that is kind of surrounded in controversy right now. So, for those of you guys who didn't already know, Rayman is actually a spirit in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Now, there is a theory going around that personally I do believe that if your character is already a spirit, that does not mean that they can be a character in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Obviously, I do believe that this is the case because all of the playable characters in Smash Ultimate have a different kind of spirit, which is a fighter spirit, and for characters like Joker and Piranha Plant, their spirits were not in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate to begin with because they ended up being DLC characters. So although I do believe that Rayman would be an awesome character to have in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, given the information like that, I don't think he has a very good chance of making it into the game at this time. Now, I'm sure a lot of you guys are probably curious as to why I haven't talked about either Ryu Hayabusa or Doomslayer yet, and that's because I do not believe that either of those characters are going to be announced at E3. Now, I do understand that those characters have a really good chance of making it into Super Smash Bros. Ultimate at this point. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised at all if they made it in as the 4th and 5th slots, but I don't think that they are going to be announced at E3. E3 is a huge stage in which we are going to see characters that are widely loved and incredibly iconic, and although Ryu Hayabusa and Doomguy are pretty iconic, they just don't seem like E3 reveals to me. Honestly, Ryu Hayabusa as well as Doomguy seem like the type of reveals we're just going to get later. Maybe Ryu Hayabusa at the next Nintendo Direct, and then Doomslayer up at the next Game Awards or something like that, but I can't see them being announced at E3 at this point. After that, there is one Echo Fighter that I do believe is going to be revealed at E3 as a free download. Now, I understand, yes, Sakurai has stated before that there will be no Echo Fighters that are going to appear on the Fighters Pass, but that doesn't mean that we aren't going to get any Echo Fighters for free, and honestly, the Echo Fighter that I believe is going to make it into Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is Funky Kong from the Donkey Kong franchise as an Echo Fighter for Donkey Kong. Now, honestly, the reason that I think that this is going to end up happening is because Donkey Kong is an incredibly iconic franchise, and they only have 3 characters at this point in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, being Donkey Kong, Diddy Kong, and King K. Rool, and it would be super easy to make Funky Kong a playable Echo Fighter for Donkey Kong. I mean, they have the same body structure, they could use all the same moves, like it would just make way too much sense and make a ton of people happy because there are a ton of people out there like me that really love the Donkey Kong franchise. And finally, guys, the last character that I believe that we are going to be seeing at E3 revealed as a brand new fighter is Tetra from The Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker. Now, obviously, I'm sure a lot of you guys are like, there's no way that Tetra is ever going to make it into Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. And honestly, guys, to some point, I agree with you, but that doesn't mean I have to give up hope just because she doesn't have the best chance as everybody else. Tetra is an incredibly iconic character, at least in my opinion. She's awesome, she can fight bad guys, she's an awesome video game protagonist, like, she's just amazing. If you guys have never played The Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker, I highly recommend you do because Tetra is just absolutely a baller, and honestly guys, she's my #1 most requested character, which is why I had to put her on this list because Nintendo, if you're watching this, and Tetra is on the Fighters Pass, please, 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 please announce her as a new fighter at E3. It would just absolutely make my year, and it could count as both my birthday and Christmas present. But yeah, guys, those are just all my thoughts on which characters we are going to be seeing at E3 2019. However, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comment section down below. Which characters do you guys believe we're going to be seeing at E3, and do you guys think I got some of these characters right? Do you think I got some of these wrong? Once again, let me know in the comment section down below. Thank you guys all so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe, share, and like, and I will see you guys next time. Take care.